Oral questions. The chef de l'opposition officielle.
Mr. Speaker, it has been a rough time in the legislature for the Higgs government for these past few weeks, or months actually, and it's showing in the legislation and the policy that this government is putting forward, or isn't putting forward in some cases. Cela fait 4 ans et demi que vous êtes au pouvoir. On pourrait penser qu'après presque 5 ans de pouvoir, on ne verra pas autant d'erreurs et d'incompétences gouvernementales. My colleagues are going to dig into some concerning instances of mismanagement of government programs and service delivery. Moi, j'ai quelques exemples de mauvaise gestion législative à étudier avec vous autres. I'd like to start with the Education Act. The minister seemed quite adamant yesterday that we get that to committee. Well, this bill was tabled on May 9th. Why did the government not call it sooner to allow for fulsome and healthy debate?
The Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's been clear to me all week that contrary to what the Leader of the Opposition is saying, that the Opposition had no intention or desire to debate the Education Act. They could have asked for that to come forward. I think that we actually asked to bring that forward, and we would have started. I said in the press yesterday, I'll stay Monday, Tuesday, I'll stay till the end of August, talking about it. But they don't appear to want to talk about it in economic policy. They don't want to debate it. They just want to fire questions and innuendos and falsehoods across the floor rather than sitting down and having valuable conversation about it. There's some extremely intelligent people on the other side. There's a great deal of knowledge around education. And I would invite economic policy so we could have that discussion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Just to jog your memory, our team is very keen to debate this motion and put forward we put forward a motion to send it to law amendment so we could have that fulsome debate and include people in the consultation and the amendments of the bill that weren't included in the drafting of the Act. So if the government was interested in a rigorous review of the Education Act, why did they table a time allocation and closure motion, Mr. Speaker?
Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Comme j'ai dit tantôt, ce n'est pas une question, on ne veut pas débattre le projet de loi sur l'éducation. On a eu beaucoup d'occasions de le faire. Vous pouvez l'envoyer à la comité de la politique économique la semaine passée. But instead of that, they just want to play games. They don't really want to talk about it. They want to fire shots across the bow. They want to fire, say all these things. I know a number of the members across the way. Some I don't know that well, but I know they're intelligent. And I know that there's the expertise on the other side. They have a fulsome discussion around the Education Act. Why they don't want to do that is beyond me. I just can't figure it out. I've tried. Try again. And we'll see where we end up. But, they could have done that already. So thank you.
The Leader of the Official Opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next example I have of incompetence in policy making is with Policy 713. As already noted, the revised policy needed to be corrected immediately after the minister's press conference. There was discrepancy between what the minister said and what the policy said. The advocate told us that the policy was discriminatory and open to a court challenge. But something really important was missing, and that was openness and transparency and a comprehensive consultation effort. The advocate flagged early, weeks ago, that the review process was deficient, but the government didn't listen to his recommendation. Teachers' representatives weren't included. Psychologists weren't included even though they were named in the changes. Education experts weren't consulted. The process followed didn't pass muster with members of Cabinet and caucus. If we are to expect more policy writing by the Premier and the Minister, well, I have two questions. Can you explain your planned approach to future consultation and explain for us why you chose not to engage in fulsome consultation on this effort?
Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Again, it's a pleasure to be on my feet answering questions. I take great issue with what the Leader of the Opposition says. The original policy was consulted on and off for about 3 months. We did do consultations. We did consultations with a wide variety of groups. I met with parents. I met with families. I met with students. I met with teachers, the Child and Youth Advocate, and other key stakeholders. This wasn't something that just dropped out of the sky. You know, we put a lot of effort into it, and we were only looking at 3 parts of Policy 713. And so I'm not quite sure why we'd go on and do that for months and months and months. Thank you very much.
Leader of the Official Opposition.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Premier ministre. Moi, je vais parler un petit peu de l'incompétence du gouvernement dans le plan et de le fait de plan à ce point. Et à plusieurs de choisir si il y a un spaghetti de plan d'énergie, un plan qui contient plusieurs plans pour planifier dans le changement climatique, le plan de santé. But I'd like to look at housing. Now, I believe the minister to be sincere in her efforts to get the housing strategy done and in front of this assembly in a timely way. But the clock has been ticking since her predecessor, and the housing crisis persists. I just received a call yesterday from Angela, who finally heard back from the Residential Tenancies Tribunal, confirming that her 70% rent increase was approved. People continue to struggle with the cost of housing. The minister put forward 2 pieces of legislation earlier this session. My worry is with the strategy not yet tabled, the legislative changes aren't going to come until October of next year and into 2024. Can the minister share how she'll execute a strategy that won't be legislated until next year?
Minister responsible for housing.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The process of putting together the housing strategy has taken months, and it has consultation with every stakeholder. I don't think we have missed a stakeholder. We had over 200 people together in a room to look at innovative solutions for our housing crisis here in New Brunswick. And there were some smart people in that room, Mr. Speaker. They provided over 100 opportunities to address the housing crisis we have here in New Brunswick. And we looked at all 100 opportunities and innovative solutions. And then we have narrowed that down to the ones that will have the most impact that we can implement in the most timely manner. This housing strategy has things we can do right now, Mr. Speaker, and we will, Mr. Speaker, right now.